The national politics continues to face deepening crisis as the chairman duo of the ruling Nepal Communist Party have failed to arrive at a consensus. Even as there has been a resurgent effort to save the party from the possible reported split, a desired consensus in the party has remained elusive as of this morning. Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan and these are the headlines of the hour. The chairman duo of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal, indecisive in forging a consensus to end the ongoing national political crisis. Top leadership of the ruling party dragged the president into intra-party political conflict, questions raised on head of the state's constitutional role. Kathmandu district alone records the highest single-day spike of 27 new COVID-19 cases, 293 new cases recorded in the country, taking the infection tally to 15,784. And Barcelona hammer Villarreal 4-1 to reduce gap at top. Liverpool back to winning ways. The much-awaited talks between the chairman duo of the ruling Nepal Communist Party ended inconclusively yesterday. The meeting held between Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and Executive Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal ended without a headway and merely formed an informal four-member tax team. The team comprises leaders Bishnu Paudel and Shankar Pokhrel representing the Oli-led faction and Janardhan Sharma and Barsaman Poon from the Dahal faction. Leaders were actively involved yesterday in their efforts to settle the ongoing inter-party conflicts within the ruling Nepal Communist Party at a time when the party is at the verge of a reported split. Executive Chairman Dahal and senior leader duo Jhalnath Khanal and Madhakumar Nepal met President Bidya Devi Bhandari earlier yesterday. During the meeting, the leader tried to dismiss the rumor to impeach the president and termed it as baseless. Following the meeting with the President, Executive Chairman Dahal held another meeting with Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. However, the meeting was indecisive. Both the leaders only agreed on forming an informal tax team to carry out further necessary homeworks. The meeting has been postponed until today before the party's standing committee meeting scheduled for today itself. The chairman duo could not even hold a one-on-one meeting due to the prevailing mistrust between them, and leaders close to both the chairmen were present during the meeting. However, it is still not clear how the tax team would reduce the vacuum between the party's top leaders. The participating leaders claim that the decision made by the chairman duo to go ahead with consensus has given a positive message. Speaking to Kantipur News, leader Janardhan Sharma reiterated that the consensus between the two chairmen to settle the ongoing rift through dialogue is a positive move towards an agreement. Meanwhile, the standing committee meeting scheduled for today is expected to take a decisive call on the fate of the party. The office of the president has yet again been dragged into controversy after being involved in the intra-party political conflict of the ruling Nepal Communist Party. Questions have been raised on the president's protocol as a new trend of the ruling party's chairman duo seeking the head of the state's mediation to force consensus between them has been noticed. The intra-party political conflict between the chairman duo of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and Executive Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal has intensified in recent days. Issues and allegations could not be limited just within the party itself, as leaders are calling on the president's office Sital Niwas almost on a daily basis, seeking President Bidya Devi Bhandari's involvement in addressing the ongoing rift within the party. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli called on President Bhandari several times in recent days as the party's internal conflict further deepened. Likewise, Executive Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal also held a one-on-one meeting with President Bhandari earlier last week and another meeting yesterday which included senior leader duo Jhalnath Khanal and Madhakumar Nepal. The scenario indicates that President Bhandari herself is involved in settling the ruling party's internal disputes. However, experts opine that such engrossment of the president in the party politics does not convey a positive message, as president in the capacity of the head of the state is the guardian of the country and its constitution. This incidentally is not a new practice in Nepalese politics. Earlier, the country's first president, Dr. Rambaran Yadav, was also dragged into controversy after his direct involvement in party politics. Meanwhile, President Bhandari has been criticized for her alleged involvement in taking side between the two factions in the ruling party. Experts have opined that the recent direct political involvement of the president is itself unconstitutional and has dented the prestigious constitutional status of the head of the state. Likewise, the political leadership are to be blamed equally for seeking the president's role in addressing the intra-party disputes. Kathmandu district alone recorded the highest single-day spike with 27 new COVID-19 cases yesterday. Speaking at the daily press briefing yesterday, spokesperson for the Health Ministry, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, informed that 293 new cases were recorded in the country yesterday, taking the infection tally to 15,784. According to the ministry, a total of 4,710 samples were tested through the PCR method yesterday, taking the total number of tests to 251,007. Meanwhile, 132 individuals have been discharged from different isolation centers. With this, a total of 6,547 individuals have been discharged from different hospitals after full recovery. The Health Ministry also informed there are 9,203 active cases of COVID-19 in Nepal and 31,573 individuals are in different quarantine centers across the country. Meanwhile, the death toll from COVID-19 in the country stands at 34. And in our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local residents of Kabre district, why hasn't democratic practices in political parties not improved? Let's take a look at what they have to say.
लोकतन्त्र स्थायी नहुनुमा चाहिँ सबै भ्रष्टाचारको कारण जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ। भ्रष्टाचार बढ्दामा देश दलदलमा फसाउँदै पैसा कमाउँदै अनि पार्टीलाई चाहिँ अन्तरालमा लगेर चाहिँ खाल्डोमै हाल्ने विचार गरे सबै नेताहरूले।
जनताहरु चाहिँ केही पनि हैनन्, यिनीहरु त्यो भोटर बैंक हुन् भन्ने मनस्थितिबाट अभिप्रेरित भएर चाहिँ यिनीहरु एक हुन नसकेका हुन्।
एमालेले सत्ता समाउन खोजेको छ, कांग्रेसले कांग्रेसको सत्ता खोजेको छ। त्यो पार्टीमै विभेद भएको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई।
आफ्नो देश आफै आत्मनिर्भर हुन नसक्ने एउटा कारण अब विदेशी अनुदानमै खाली हाम्रो देश चलाउने योजना राखेर नै हो।
दलको नेताहरूले चाहिँ राजनीतिक स्वार्थ भन्दा पनि व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थले गर्दा फेरि यो राजनीति कमजोर भएको।
हाम्रो मान्छे भन्दा हाम्रो मान्छे भनेर यिनीहरू धेरै राजनीतिमा घुसाको कारणले गर्दा नै यिनीहरू अघि बढ्न नसकेको।
नेताहरूलाई दोष दिनुभन्दा पनि जनता आफै मा एउटा अवेरनेस आउन जरुरी छ। हाम्रो भोटको युटिलाइज गर्नु पर्यो। 2 वर्ष चाहिँ झेल्दा भइहाल्यो बाँकी रहेको। अब 2 वर्षपछि राम्रो मान्छेलाई चुन्यो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुन सक्छ।
दीर्घकालीन योजना भएन र आफैले आफ्नो राष्ट्रलाई हेरेर राष्ट्रको अनुकूलको कुनै पनि योजना बनेनन्। जुन बने जो चाहिँ बाहिरबाट आएका कुराहरू, बाहिर जे अनुकूल छ अरूबाट बनेका र बनिएका कुराहरू आए, ती कुराहरू लागू हुन सकेनन् र व्यवहारिक भएनन्। त्यसैले यो चाहिँ नि लोकतन्त्र चाहिँ मजबुत भएन।
नेताहरूको चाहिँ पार्टीको स्वार्थ भन्दा पनि बढी व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यस्तो भयो।
And now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why is the government indecisive on rescuing migrant workers stranded abroad? Your options are option A, not in priority, option B, complicated issue, and option C, not enough pressure from trade unions. The voting for the question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share opinion with us. And it's now time for our special segment of the beat. The excavation of rivers during winter season is contributing to various accidents during the rainy season in Udaipur, Gaighat. The massive excavation with the protection from political parties was attributed to the death of an individual in Gaighat last week. Likewise, the ongoing excavation of rivers has also weakened the dams as settlements of Bisanpur, Lakshmipur and Sonapur bus park area around Barua River in Gaighat are facing a risk of inundation. A 38-year-old man, Santosh Bhujal, who lost his life when he was drowned in the Barua River last week because of excavation of the river, the deceased Bhujal could not gauge the depth of the river, which resulted in his drowning while taking a bath. The smugglers have been excavating a number of rivers in the region. In some cases, the local level themselves are found to flout the regulations. The transport entrepreneurs from Pokhara have warned of a protest campaign, citing that banks have been piling pressure on them to clear the monthly installments despite the extended lockdown. The transport entrepreneurs say that there is no alternative to waging a strike because of the extended lockdown. The public vehicles have been halted since the 24th of March this year due to the lockdown measures imposed by the government. The operators are also worried about the possible damage incurred by the motor parts in the face of the non-use for long. The transport entrepreneurs are looking for a deadline of at least 6 months after the government lifts the lockdown to pay the installment amount with interest. However, the banks and the government have not paid heed to their demands. The transport operators company that runs its vehicles on the Prithvi Highway has urged its fellow transport entrepreneurs to join hands in the nationwide strike. The company, with over 1,000 registered vehicles, has warned of the strike if the banks continue to pressure them to clear installment amounts. Many daily wage workers, among others, have lost their jobs due to extended lockdown amid the global pandemic of COVID-19. However, one youngster from Dhading, as an alternative to his vegetable shop, has started making handicrafts. This youngster, Kishore Tripathi from Dhading's Benigad, used to make a living by selling vegetables beside the highway. However, the markets around the highway were greatly impacted due to the nationwide lockdown. As the lockdown started, he started utilizing his time by making handicrafts from wood, bamboo and plant roots. He learned the craft in quick time from his brother and now is engaged in making these handicrafts to earn his living. Tripathi is also thankful to the lockdown, which he says has taught him a new craft to support his living. The construction of 3 helipads is underway in Banke, keeping in mind the emergency rescue efforts during the possible flooding in Rapti River. The construction of helipads is for emergency rescue efforts during the time of flooding and inundation caused by the Rapti River. Chief District Officer Banke Ram Bahadur Kurumba informed that the construction of the helipads is underway at Rapti Sonari, Dudua and Narenapur rural municipalities. The Province 5 government has allocated 1.5 million rupees for the construction of these helipads. This is Amar Singh Pradhan for our special segment of The Beat and for Kantipur News Desk. And those were our latest headlines. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KDVSD. Stay safe and good day.